Hi guys, welcome to Steph's Crafts. I'm going to show you a few bits that I bought before I get into telling you what I'm making today. So I've not really seen one before, so I've now got a round canvas. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to using that. I've got square ones and then rectangle ones. They are canvases. I don't know if you see that. They're canvases and they're like smaller boards. So I don't know what is that. These are called canvas boards and these are called stretch canvas. I've bought 3 different sizes in sealed bags. So that's quite cool. I bought a pack of pins for my pin board that will be behind me that I haven't got yet. Some white thread, because you can always need white thread. And then I've got Bob. It says he's an artist mannequin. He is going to be featured in some videos very soon. But he's going to be my doll's dress mannequin. So yeah, we'll see how Bob gets on with that job. And then we've got, it's not sewing, it's a flower pot. How cute is that? I just thought that was like mega cute. So I had to buy him. So that's all I've got to show you. Today, I'm basically just going to be using you guys today. I go on holiday soon. And I just like loads of pairs of sunglasses. But I like them all to have individual cases. I don't like dark colours because obviously it's looking for them in your bag. So I'm going to be making some really cool fabric. But basically, the template is so easy. Get an A4 piece of paper and you fold it so you get 3 pieces the same. That's the front. And one of these is the back. So this might just need to be rounded a little bit more. I don't want it too much. That's better. It's more rounded and less V. So because it's A4 paper, I mean, you can make it yourself. You haven't got to go for a pattern. It means you can pin it to your material. I'm getting my pins in case you're wondering. So the first one we're going to do is, I have ironed my fabric. So you just lay your fabric down. So I'm going to I'm going to fold it to the thickness, to the width of my paper. Because then that is the front and the back. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, not that one, that's my glue one. You just get your pin. And because it's paper, sorry, it's the bin men you can hear collecting the garden waste for those that don't take it to the tip. But we like a tip run, so we take ours to the tip. That's normally because we've got more garden waste to take to the tip. So you've literally folded your fabric over and you've pinned it together. And now you can just cut around your template. Try not to cut paper with your fabric scissors, because fabric and paper, obviously for specific reasons, are different contrasts, and they just blunt your scissors. So that's why I've got a paper pair and a fabric pair, and the different colours, because I'd forget. So I've literally now got one large piece. So with my ruler, I'm going to put it on that fold, and I'm going to get my rotary cutter. I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to cut it. So now I've got 2 back pieces. Like I said, I'm making a few. I won't make you watch me make all of them. So then again, you want to do the same, because you now need 2 front pieces, which is literally just the same thing. Fold it up onto the fabric, make sure it's the same, and then just pin it. So this obviously is my front fabric. I've got to choose a back one, which I will do in just a sec once I've cut this out. Okay. So I'm literally just going to cut across there for those, because you're still going to waste a little bit, because you've now got to cut the shape out your front. So, is that enough of him? Right, put him there with the wadding, and then you literally just cut I can't, so gag-handed. Round. Then you get 2 little hills. And you take your pins out. And now you've got, well, you will have when you go down the middle and cut with your rotary cutter, which is what I nearly forgot then. Okay. And now you've got 2 front pieces. Then you've got to do the same again, because obviously you need a lining piece. Now, for the lining piece, I'm going to have this really cool spots. Again, you just do the same. Because these are fat quarters, so these are quite big. And just line it up. And pins. So if you've been on holiday, hope you had a lovely time. If you're going on holiday, again, hope you have a lovely time. We need to get sharing this, guys, because then I can go back to doing lives on Facebook. And I think it's the same on YouTube. Because then we can interact. And I won't be sitting here asking you questions knowing full well you can't answer me. Well, you can, it will just be, won't be live. because you can sit there and talk to me as much as you want. This is always, I can never do it with the little pins. That's going to stick in my finger. Yeah. So again, I'm cheating this time. I'm using the same. And then you just cut up. And then you've got rid of that fabric out your way once you've cut it. You can make me another one now.
Okay.
Right, and then you've got one long sausage. So with that, I'm just going to cut that out. Oh, there's quite a big bit here. I didn't realise that. So this one will do as scraps. I don't throw, unless they're tiny, tiny, tiny little bits, I don't throw scraps away anyway. But these, they're just pretty bigger heels, look. They're really cute. And now I've got my backs and my fronts. So let's just unplug it, because now I've got to cut it in half. So there's my front. And there's my backs. Ruler. I'm not measuring with the ruler, I'm just using it to make sure I cut in a straight line. So, again. Right. So now I've got 2 of each. Okay. Well, I should have 2 of each pattern. I have got 2 of each pattern. I'm just going to lay them on my board, face down, on both, just so I know what I've got. Right, so this is the part where you can use your wadding. Now I've got 2 here. I've got this one, which has got glue on, so I'm going to have to iron it. Or I've got these straggly bits that don't need ironing. So I'm going to see if any of this is big enough, first of all, because I haven't got to get up and iron. And he's perfect, actually. So I'll pin him, because he actually fits on there, and I'll show you what I mean. Obviously now I'm using this one as a template. And then hopefully I can get the back, just move them out of the way, the back out of this piece here. I don't think it'll go long ways, but it should go up there like that. Yeah, see? So I'm literally just gonna roughly cut this out for now, just because then I've got less bulk everywhere. So obviously now that is one side. Now I've done it, I'm going to turn it over so the material is facing upwards, and then I'm going to pin it quickly, and I'll show you why in a moment. Let me just, oh, pull that back out again. So there's one, that's your back. Pull the pin. Because this isn't an iron-in, this will move. I'm not too worried. I'll get a little one for the pin in there, like that, and then a big one. Now, let me just move my bits out of the way. Right, bring. Make sure I've got everything. Get the roller that way. So because this is patterned fabric and this is non-ironable interfacing, I'm going to quilt this. So I'm literally going to quilt in the lines. So I'll start this side. And I'm going to use the pink lines, the light pink, not the dark pink. I'll show you. And just go straight off into the interfacing. Okay, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's now going across. Once you've got a few stitches in, you can then take your pins out, unless you've stuck them in the worst place imaginable like I just did. I can't get this straight. So then you put it off the fabric a little bit, get your line, find your foot, because I can never find my foot. I mean, you could use, I'm using white, but you could use dark pink. So you then got dark pink stitching lines going through your and the fact is my lines are not going to be straight. But my lines aren't straight on my material, the triangles, because they're not in a line, they're offset. So these pink lines, I don't know if you can see them, them pink lines, if you actually look at them, are not straight. So although I'm quilting it, and obviously quilting is all about straight lines, I'm in the lines. But it doesn't matter if they're not straight, because you're not really going to notice it. So let me just have a drink. Although it's cloudy here and the wind's blowing because my washing's blown about, it's really muggy. Just bear with me a second. It's because I cut it too short. The machine doesn't like being cut too short. It's a diva. So yeah, I hope your weather is good. I mean, we have had some lovely weather, so actually I don't mind if we have this weather now, just as long as we have it nice when we go away. See, I can take my pins out now because this is not going to move, it's been stitched. The only thing with quilting is obviously it's straight lines, so it can take a while to do. But if you're using, I mean, if you're doing a massive quilt, then it's going to take you hours, you know, and your lines have to be straight. But this doesn't doesn't need to be straight anyway because the lines aren't straight. My thread keeps falling off my machine. Go on now. So obviously that's how it looks. And then I'm just going to find the other lines because me pointy bits aren't done as well. Obviously you have to make sure your flaps are down, and this will shrink. So this has started off a bit bigger than normal, a bit bigger than the fabric, but where you're stitching it, it will shrink. So that's why you don't cut it to the same size. Then it doesn't matter if it shrinks, to be honest. That's just because it's sewing through the wadding. He doesn't like the wadding. There's a little one there. Like I said, this is the boring bit. It is literally straight lines. So actually you're probably better off this isn't live, because this would be really boring for you guys to watch live as well. Although we could have a chat. So I'm literally just going through all my pink lines in the opposite direction now, because then it's going to make the triangle stand out. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It kind of makes the triangles even more 3D, because you've now got, that's my washing machine you can hear in the background. It'll start knocking in a minute because it's going to spin. Okay. I've got loads going. Oh, I've got building works, you can probably hear that. We've got a compound being built opposite our house now. We had a nice bit of green and they've dug it all up a couple of weeks ago. The scouts were out putting daffodil bulbs in. They've planted trees, the scouts, and Persimmon or Blur Homes or whichever have now dug it up and they've built a compound. Which is probably what you can hear, because they're tarmacking the road. So that's going to be there 42 weeks. That's the gate you can probably hear. And then at the top of the road, we're having a Lidl's built. So we had, they called it an industrial estate. It's just a bit of land. It's got a Costa Coffee and a Premier Inn at the moment. They are putting a Lidl in that's being built. It's got its windows and stuff in now, so I'm really excited. There's a Domino's going in now and a Greggs. But they've still got some buildings standing that they're going to put other things in. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. But the Lidl I'm really excited for. I mean, we shop at Aldi and Food Warehouse anyway, but within walking distance where I can send the kids, I mean I wouldn't send the kids up there anyway, it's too far for me, is the Co-op. And I just think they're really expensive, and our one never had anything. Like, it can have a delivery, you think, oh, well, I'll give them, you know, a while to put it out. Go down there and they haven't got anything. And you think, well, you've just had a delivery. So what did you have a delivery of? But yeah, I think they're rubbish personally. I've never really liked the Co-op because they are really expensive. But you know, I'd have preferred, they'd have been better off doing a Tesco's, if I'm honest, in that parade of shops. But it's what it is. There seems to be a lot of Co-ops in the housing estates, so it's obviously a deal they've got with Co-op. I mean, I could go even further. So I've now quilted it. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the back? So that looks like that. But I could go into the pinks of the triangles, which I might do on the next one I make, and I'll show you what that looks like. But that makes the triangles stand out. So I've now just got to do my other piece. So that's my front done, which is mega cool. Again, this will shrink. This is bigger than what I needed it to be. But because it's going to shrink, with the iron-on one, it's stuck to material, so you don't need to have extra. So I'm trying to focus and sew this. Put this needle through there. So if I was using the one here that's got the glue on the back, you just cut it to size because it's stuck to the material, so it's not going to go anywhere. But this isn't. And also the quilting here with this, because it's not stuck to material, keeps it in place. So if you have to wash it, only wash it on a 30 anyway. Don't ever wash it any higher than that. It's less likely to bundle up. Because if you just stuck the wadding to that and stowed it all together, you've got a gap between your material and your wadding. So when you wash it, it'll just end up like that. But by quilting it, you're basically doing the equivalent to the glue, but with stitches. Yeah, because just stitches act like glue, and they're probably, if I'm honest, a little bit stronger. But I just think with this material, I wasn't going to quilt it, but I do think with this material, it's going to look quite cool. Because it's going to make these triangles look 3D. So I need to move my pin now, and then just hold it in place as I sew it. So my machine doesn't like being cut short, it's annoying. It's also sulking because she hasn't been used. She's been sat on the floor for a while. Because obviously I had my birthday, so I had people around for my birthday. Well, you can't put food on a table around the sewing machine, so my sewing machine's been on the floor. Because it's just been manic, and now we're going away. Yeah, she sulks. I'm going to turn you around a bit, see if you can see what I'm doing. You might be able to see a lot. That's probably better. So literally, you're just going. Well, you're not, I am. the other side. And then give her a really long tail. Oh, otherwise she sulks. Yeah, so we've got a lot of building works going on here. Which, you know, is going to increase the area, so I'm not too worried. See what I mean? If I'm cutting it too short, that's because it's really sulking now. Do you want to open it on that one? Yeah, so obviously I'm making glasses cases. What have I got coming up? Dolls clothes and dolls. This now won't be till after the holiday. Unless I can get a couple in before I go. Yeah. Got some quilts coming up that I'm gonna make. So when the pattern pieces for them arrive, I'll show you. And you might be able to just join me on starting some of them off. The one I made for my party, which started off as a picnic blanket and ended up being a throw, that went down really well. That was shared. So I don't know if I've got to put a picture on Facebook. I will go back and have a look, and if I didn't, then I'll put one on Facebook and I'll put one on YouTube. Because I'm pretty sure I did, but I can't remember, if I'm honest. So, and then I've just got, so I've done one lot. I've now got to go and do the others. I mean, imagine if this was like a queen quilt. This would, and I was doing diagonal lines. It would take forever. I am going to quilt the quilts, but with what I've got in my mind of the planning of them, the quilting will be, or should be, really easy. But what I plan out and what happens, I mean, I did post, I think I posted that on Facebook and YouTube. I've been sitting while the boys have been streaming. Oh yeah, Adam and Harry now stream on Switch. Ad's got a Facebook page. He's got a TikTok page, and they stream on Twitch. So if I can find the links for all of those, I'll put them in the description for you guys. So yeah, so when basically I'm moderator, so when I'm moderating, I also plan my quilts. I'm not the greatest drawer, and I don't claim to be, you know, I'm not Da Vinci or anything, but they're just, it's my guide, so you know, I know what it references. Yeah, so that'll be quite interesting. I've got baby stuff to make as well, so you can join me for those. I don't know if you was here before when I made the bibs. That's on Facebook. So I've got 2 bibs already, Again, we've got a throw, not a throw, yeah, I suppose you could call it a quilt for either the cot or the pram. And then obviously there's a few toys that I make as well. The sock monkey will make an appearance. Because we know what they're having, so I've got the colours to work for. So yeah, we've got that coming up as well. So it's going to be, you're probably going to get like loads of videos now. You've not had any for ages, and now you're going to be inundated with them. Right, so I'll move you out the way, turn you round. So now I've quilted. It's a real shame that you can't see the effect on that triangle, because that's just amazing. So that is the front and the back. Yeah, the front and the back quilted. Okay, so now you need to cut out and round the excess. Now it will look wonky, but like I said, it's because the fabric has moved, because again you haven't stitched it into place. Leave a little bit of a, if you want. I am literally just straightening it up a bit. I mean, even that might be too much. Just got to be careful now not to cut through my lining piece, because I've put it on the table. Right, so that's that one. This is the biggest one, because this was just the biggest piece, and this is all just straight. So you just cut it off, all the excess. And you'll cut through the stitching on your wadding, but that's fine, because it's not that stitching you need to worry about. It's the one that goes through on your item. Right, thank you. So if you put your pieces right sides together, and then just stitch 1/4 inch round, but leave a turning gap, because obviously now you've got to turn this through. I'm going to leave mine in the side, so I'm going to leave about that much in the side on both. This will sew really easy now, because this is just straight lines. Make sure it's all lined up. Sew off this bit for a minute, because this is a wee bit bigger than what I've got here, so I might have to stitch now from the side that it doesn't like particularly. So this is now where you leave your opening gap. You go halfway down, always back stitch, because you're going to be putting tension on this now when you turn it right sides through. Again, back stitch a couple of stitches and back stitch. And then stitch off. And now you just shove your back through. This is normally easier than this. A lot easier than this normally. Maybe I should have left my turning gap bigger. Yeah, we probably should have left the turning gap bigger. I have got a turny tool somewhere, but I don't know what I've done with it.
Is this mine? Because I can't remember. I can't remember if this one's mine or not.
I don't know, darling.
Okay.
And this is where you notice you've missed a bit. You turn it back in. Just that corner, not turning the whole thing back in, but just that corner. Make sure your fabric's straight. And go over it. There's a stitch. Hopefully it's taken this time. No, why is it not? Mm-hmm. That's Harry, if you're wondering. Should have done it that time. It's always handy checking before you stitch it up. Like that. So that is the back of your pouch. Back of your pouch? Back of your glasses case. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a clip for this bit. Really up my shoulder. I don't know how I've done it. And then you tuck everything in. And then clip it. Okay. So then you do the same with the others. Right sides together. And then again, so obviously you've got to leave your turning gap. So I'll leave it in the, I always leave it in the last side. How I do it, really. And then this is where you run out of bottom thread. Yeah, that doesn't even stitch anyway. Oh well, my zipper foot's off. Get light up now because I've had one thingy. If you always start it off, I like to hold it onto the wheel and just wind it a little bit. Oh, round the wheel helps. Put it on your machine, however you thread your machine, and then thread. Always hold it, otherwise it will wrap itself around your bit. Got brand new glasses and I still can't see that. You up or down? Down. And then just thread it through, which is what most of this video has been about, me video. Right, take you off for now. Put you in, we've gone the wrong way. Your bobbin must go, so when you pull the thread, clockwise. And then you hold your towel and just do a stitch. Pull it out, pull that through, and you are on. It's me zipper foot, you can hear. So lazy. Right, so we'll carry on. I'm just going to stitch over the last line by an inch. Just because you're starting a new row of stitch, aren't you? So down the side again. I've done this bit once already. As you can to your edge, and now this is your curve you're going to be sewing now. And then up, and that's actually I nearly forgot my turning point. I don't actually know what made me remember. There's nothing on telly because it's watching dinosaurs.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Okay. Oh, I know what I'm doing. If you'll find your hole. And I always go from the bottom first. These have got quite a bit of corners on them, so I'm just going to snip them off. Just because you want quite a point. Right, I'll get you. I haven't done it again. I haven't left the big enough opening. Shove it all through. This is again where you'll see now if you've caught anything. Caught everything. Anything? Would help if I could speak English, wouldn't it really? And then this one, I'm nearly there, folks. Nearly there. So we'll just shove that up, because this is your point now, so you've got to make sure it goes to as much of a point. Got another nosebleed? So Alex is suffering from nosebleeds at the moment. Which was always going to happen because Adam did when he was little. So. They're not level. There we go. Give it a shot. Tuck it in. And then I need another peg. Right, obviously these are my outside, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put right sides together, and I'm going to start on one side and then threads are so annoying. Lift my needle up, get it under my foot if I can because it's quite bulky, drop my foot and go slowly with this bit. To help it move, it's quite bulky at the ends. This might be the bit where you struggle. Right, so straighten up, take your clips out and just make sure all your edges that you've opened are where they should be. And then doesn't like this bit. What I will do now is just go on this bit. Don't really have to worry too much because, like I say, this is the inside. And now you get your end. and then just shove it through. It's because it's really bulky. Obviously there's different ways of doing it. If you've got your own method, then that's fine. I'm going to use a different method on the other ones. See, because this is so hard. There we go. It's getting there. It's a coming. I always pull one side. Put it apart. Like that. So it just pulps out. Only thing we're using scissors is you could rip the inside material. It's getting there because I can feel it. There we go. Okay, get your finger on it and push it out. There's the knobbly bit, see? Get your finger on it. Now I'm going to take my glasses off so I can show you that it actually works. Then I can't see you when I take my glasses off. So you've done it. You can take glasses off, put it in. There you are, you've got your own little glasses case. I'm going to put my glasses on because can't see. So yeah, thank you for joining me today. It's been nearly an hour today. I think this is probably my longest one. The other ones I do, I will post on here for you. And yeah, I will put a list out of the stuff that hopefully should be coming soon. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.